there, Ariana from Crafting Happiness here. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet the loops and ridges baby blanket. This is a nice fluffy baby blanket crocheted with a loop stitch. It looks like this. And then you have a ribbed border around it in a yellow color. Obviously, you can choose any colors you like. I like this combination of white loops with a bright yellow border. So today I'll be working on a smaller sample for you, just to show you how to crochet the double loop stitch, how to crochet the base row for your border, and how to crochet the border around it. So I'll be making a mini blanket basically, but I'll be telling you how many stitches you need to make for the baby blanket size and how many rows and all the information you need to crochet this blanket. Alright, so let's get started. For this blanket you will need 4 balls of double knit yarn in cream and 2 balls of bright yellow double knit yarn. These are 100-gram balls, each measure 300 meters in length. If you choose a different brand, your favorite brand of yarn, just make sure you check the yardage because different brands have different yardages. So yes, calculate that. You will also need a 5mm crochet hook for the white loopy blanket and a 4.5mm crochet hook for the yellow border. Also scissors and a darning needle to weave in the ends. We will start with the white blanket, which measures 70 centimeters by 100 centimeters long. And I've used the 5mm crochet hook with double knit yarn because I wanted a loose fluffy texture. If you want a more compact texture, you have 2 options. You either use a 4mm or a 4.5mm crochet hook and that will make the stitches more tight, or you can replace the double crochet rows with single crochet rows and that will make the stitches closer to each other, tighter, and the loops won't go on the other side. So these are your options, and either way the blanket would look good. It's all depending on your personal tension and how loose or tight you crochet. So let's start with the starting chain. Yours should be 88 chains. Mine are obviously a lot less, 26. And starting the first round, we will double crochet in the 5th chain from the hook. And then we will crochet in each chain until the end of the row. And this is your first row, just a row of double crochet, and just like I said before, you can replace all these double crochet rows with single crochet rows if you want your blanket to be tighter. Just make a small sample and see how yours looks like, and you can decide. I decided on a double crochet stitches because it works up faster and it still gives that fluffy soft touch to the blanket. Alright, so let's move to second row. Chain 1, that doesn't count as a stitch, and turn, and in the first stitch we will make a single crochet. Next we will make a double loop stitch, and to do that wrap your yarn around the finger so you will have 2 loops. I'm holding my yarn like this, so with my pinky I'm controlling the tension like so it's not going anywhere, or I can release and move the yarn. This is how I control my tension. So hold your yarn tight, wrap it twice around your finger, and then insert your hook into the next stitch, underneath and over the yarn that is between your work and your finger, behind the 2 loops on your finger, and pull through. So you have now pulled 3 loops plus the one you have. In total you will have 4 loops on your hook. Hold it with your thumb, release the 2 loops, wrap your yarn around your finger again. With the middle finger, hold the loops down, release, yarn over, and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. And now you'll have 2 loops on the other side. Let's make another one. So hold your yarn, make sure the tension is tight, wrap it around your finger so you will have 2 loops. Insert your hook into the next stitch, underneath and over this yarn between your finger and your work, behind the 2 loops, and pull through. And you'll be pulling 3 loops. Now you have 4 on your hook. Hold it with your thumb or with your forefinger or both. Release it off the finger, yarn over, hold it with your middle finger, hold those 2 loops with your middle finger, yarn over, and pull through all the loops on your hook. And again we have 2 loops on the other side. And if you notice, my loops are quite equal, and there is no wrong or right size of loop. You can make them as big or small as you like. I recommend you make them quite longer, because as the blanket stretches, they will become a bit smaller than previously created. So to do that, how to control the size of your loops is with your tension. So let me show you. What I do is I calculate the space between the yarn between the work and the finger with my hook. I just push this loop all the way down where it meets the numbers on my hook, and I make sure it's always the same distance. If you don't have the same hook design, just put a piece of tape. After you make a few stitches, you'll be used to it. It will become automatic. But this is how I calculate and kind of make the same loops in size. So I wrap my yarn around the finger twice, then I kind of make sure they're the same size. Insert my hook into the next stitch, under and over, behind the 2 loops, and then just pull through. And I make sure I control it with my fingers. I don't let the yarn be loose. So now I pull them through. I hold them with my finger, release the 2 loops of my forefinger, wrap my yarn around the finger again. With the middle one, I hold them down and release, yarn over, pull through. Right, so this second row is just a row of double loops. We will make double loops until we have 1 stitch left. So let's do that. Alright, so I've crocheted until the end of the row, and I have one stitch left, and this last double crochet, it's actually the chain 3 that we skipped at the beginning. We will be making a single crochet in a third chain at the top. So that will close our second row, and we'll create a neat edge on either side. So this is your second row. From the back it just looks like a row of single crochet stitches, but from the front you have this really nice loopy texture row. It looks really nice. As you can see, the loops are relatively the same. Don't try to be a perfectionist and make them the same size. It's gonna slow you down a lot. Just make sure they're relatively the same. Don't make them too small. They should be quite long, like maybe 3 centimeters long or around there, 1 inch. All right, so from this point on, it's quite simple. We will just repeat these 2 rows. So a row of double crochet with a row of loops. It's that simple. So let's do 2 more. First row, now you turn for row 3 and we chain 3. That's our first double crochet, and then in the second stitch we will make a double crochet and 1 in each until the end. So let's do that really quick. Just make sure your tension is tight. Don't make loose stitches. You already have your work already quickly because you're making these double crochet rows in between. Alright, so this is how third row looks like, and from the back. And now we're starting another row of double loops. So chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, and third. And now in the first stitch we make a single crochet to create a neat border. Then in the next stitch and onwards we start making these double loop stitches. I will make this row as well, just for you to see how I make it without continuously calculating or stopping or showing you. It will give you an idea of how you can do it as well. Alright, so I have crocheted in each stitch until I have one left, and that will always be the chain 3 you made at the beginning of the previous row. And we will make a single crochet in this top chain. So let's make that. and finish this 4th row, and this is how it looks like in the back. You'll get a flat texture of alternating double crochet and single crochet stitches, and from the front you have these overlapping loops. It all depends how big you make them. If you make them shorter, they will not overlap as much. If you make them a bit longer like mine, they will overlap, but at the same time it will not take you so long to finish your blanket. All right, so this is the texture, and from here it's quite easy. Alternate double crochet rows with double loop stitches. Like I said, you want a tighter, you don't want these spaces in between, you want a tighter blanket, just make single crochet rows instead of double crochet rows. And this is how it looks like. I will pause the video, I will make my tiny mini blanket so I can show you how to crochet the base border and the yellow border around it. So now I have finished my sample. This is how it looks like. This is the texture you'll get on the front. These really nice dense loops that almost overlap each other, and from the back you have this nice flat texture. So your blanket should be about 100 centimeters long, or my blanket had 80 rows, 40 rows of double loops. Yours depends on the yarn you use and your tension. But now that we have finished, we will switch to a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, and we will crochet a base border around the blanket, just so we can make the edges look neater, have nice rounded corners, and also have stitches on the sides so we know exactly where to insert the hook. Now, we were working on the wrong side. I have finished with a double loop row. Now you will have to turn the blanket with the loops facing you, and we will crochet the border that way. And now we will start from the first stitch at the top of the blanket, and in that first stitch we will make our corner stitches. First we chain one, doesn't count as a stitch, and then in that first stitch we will make 3 single crochet. So 1, 2 and 3, and this is your corner. Now we are working at the top, and we will make a single crochet in each stitch until we reach the last stitch. So let's do that quickly. So now we have 1 stitch left, and we will make the corner stitches in this one. So 3 single crochet in the last stitch. And this will bring the yarn neatly, as you see, to the other side, and now we can crochet along the side. And to crochet along the side, we will make 2 double crochet around the double crochet posts and 1 single crochet in the single crochet rows, which are the loop stitches rows. So now we have a loop stitch row, which is a single crochet, so we will make 1 single crochet in that. Next it's a double crochet row, so we make 2 single crochet around the post stitch. And again, next it's a row of loops, so we make 1 single crochet. Then next we have a row of double crochet, so we make 2 single crochet around the post. And we continue like this until we have reached the other side. And our last row, it's a row of double crochet, so we will finish with 2 single crochet around this post. So let's make that as well, this side. quickly. Alright, so this is how it looks like, crocheted around the base. And now we have crocheted in the last double crochet row. We are going to make the corner stitches in the first stitch on the bottom row. So that will be this stitch right here, which is the base of this double crochet, and we will make 3 single crochet in there just to bring the yarn on the other side neatly. As you can see, it goes quite nice around. And now we are working along the bottom of the blanket, and we will single crochet in each of these chains. So 1 single crochet per chain. Alright, so now we have 1 chain left, and that's right here where we have chain 3, and in that we will crochet another corner, which is 3 single crochet in that last chain at the bottom of the blanket. So this will be the bottom, and this will be the corner right here. Now again, we are working on the side of the blanket, and we will do just like we did before, 2 single crochet for each double crochet row, 1 single crochet for each loop row. So now we have a double crochet row, so make 2 single crochet around the post. You don't need to insert your hook into the chains, and then into the loop stitch row 1 single crochet, and then again 2 single crochet followed by 1 into the loop stitch, and we just continue like that until the end of this side. So I have now made the last single crochet, which was in this last loop row, and now I am right at the beginning where I made the corner, and we will slip stitch in the first single crochet we made just to close this base row. And we have now a nice neat starter border base row around our work, as you can see here. Let's see if we can see better. So it might be a bit tighter. It's better to be tighter than loose. That also shapes the blanket. Let me see if you can see the corner this side as well. So this is how it should look like. Now you know exactly where to insert your hook, and we can start making the yellow border. And now we'll fasten off the white and start with the yellow. Just pull through, and you can either weave in the end or crochet over it. For this tutorial I usually crochet over them, but I will not, so you can see exactly where I insert my hook. So now we join the yellow. First we make a slip knot, And then you can join in at any point here on the blanket. It makes no difference. This border, the rib border, requires you to have even numbers of stitches around in total around your blanket. If you don't have them, it's absolutely fine. I'll show you how to adjust. You'll only have to adjust for your second row, and from that point on it's a 1 row repeat. I will join in the corner right there in the first of the 3 single crochet I have made. So is that one, but it really doesn't matter where you join. Now I made a slip knot and then I pull it through and then I chain 3, and that is my first double crochet. And in the same stitch, the first stitch of the 3, the first single crochet of the 3, we will make 3 more double crochet. So that's second and the third. Right, so we've made in total 4 with this chain 3. Now we move to the second of the 3 single crochet and we make 4 double crochet in that corner as well. Okay, so that's 4. Now into the last of the 3 single crochet in that corner, we make again 4 double crochet. And this is how it looks like. And this will fan out and create a nice rounded border. This is the only corner that you will have to make for this border before you start your 1 row repeat. So now we are working along the blanket and we will make 1 double crochet in each of these stitches below until we reach this next corner. So let's do that really quick. 1 double crochet in each stitch. I have reached the next corner where I have made the 3 single crochet and we will make 4 double crochet in each of those 3 single crochet stitches. So in the first one, make 4 double crochet. And then in the second one, another 4 double crochet. And in the last one, we will make again 4 double crochet. And this is how it looks like. It's a bit tight here, it's quite a lot of stitches, but they will fan out as we crochet the next rows. So this is what we have so far. Now again, double crochet in each of these single crochet stitches in a base border until you reach the next corner, and in those 3 single crochet, make 4 double crochet in each, and again single crochet, double crochet all along until you reach the next corner. Again 3 sets of 4 double crochet and double crochet along the top of the blanket. Now I will just pause the video and I will quickly make this and I will meet you right here at the end to show you how to continue with the second round. I have double crocheted into the last stitch And this is what we have so far. You can see these stitches are quite curly because there's a lot of double crochet for this amount of single crochet in the previous row. But don't worry about it, it will straighten as we crochet the next row. So this is what we have so far. And now right at the end, slip stitch at the top of chain 3 so we can close the round. So that chain 3 that counts as a double crochet, at the top of it just make a slip stitch. And now we can continue with our second round, and we will not turn, we just crochet in a round. And this is the round where we can adjust the pattern to have the right amount of stitches. Like I said, we will need even numbers. Let's start by chaining 1. That doesn't count as a stitch. And we will make a front post double crochet around this chain 3 at the bottom. And to crochet a front post double crochet, we yarn over and we insert from front to back and around that post below, yarn over, pull up a loop, a longer loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And this is your front post double crochet. So it's just a double crochet crocheted around the post of the stitches below instead of in the stitches at the top. So next we will make a back post double crochet, and that is the same. It's a double crochet crocheted around the post below but from the back. So to make a back post double crochet, we will yarn over and from the back in and out around the post, as you can see here. So we just put our hook around the post from the back in and out, and then yarn over, pull up a long loop, quite a loose loop, then we yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and that's our back post double crochet. Now as you can see, the front posts will pull the posts up, the back post double crochet will pull the posts backwards, and now create that ridged texture on the border. So now next we will make another front post double crochet, yarn over from the front in and around the post below, and yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Next, the back post double crochet, so yarn over and from the back around the next post, so insert your hook between the posts and around it like so, and yarn over, pull through a loop, and just complete your double crochet as usual. So from this point on, all we have to do is repeat and alternate these 2 stitches, front post double crochet followed by a back post double crochet, and we just go all around the blanket. We don't do any special corner stitches or anything like that. We will just crochet these 2 stitches, alternate between them, front post, back post, front post, back post. So let's make that really quick. I will probably speed up and cut some of it just to make it faster. If you want, you can slow down the video or just go backwards, rewind and see how I made this front and back post stitches. Okay, so I am approaching the end of the round, and you should finish with a back post double crochet because you have started with a front post, so you want to have that seamless look around your border. You don't want to have two front posts double crochet next to each other. Now I have the right amount of stitches, which is even numbers, but let's say I did not. Let's say my last one, it's a front post double crochet, and then next to each other you can see compared to the other ones they just don't look right. To adjust the number, all you have to do is make a double crochet at the back of your last stitch in a round. So just make a double crochet in that stitch just to increase the number and make an even number of stitches. So you will have something like this: a front post double crochet, a double crochet at the back, and then you will slip stitch to the front post double crochet. And this is the only adjustment you will need to do. Starting from the third row, it's a one row repeat. You don't have to do anything but alternate stitches. So this is what you do if you finish second round with a front post double crochet. Just crochet a double crochet at the back, the stitch at the back of that front post double crochet. Like I said, I have the right amount of stitches, so I'll just do my back post double crochet, and this is the end of round 2, and all I have to do is slip stitch into the first front post double crochet, and this is the second round. And now you can see the corners are starting to fan out and become flat. Now there are so many rounds you can make around this border until it starts to curl in, because we don't have corner stitches that helps the border stay flat. We were just doing one row with no corner stitches. At some point this will fan out. On the blanket that I've made, I've put 7 rounds and it was all fine and flat. Now you might try more or less rounds. It's all up to you how you like it. I like a wider border around my blanket, but I have made 7 of them. So now we are getting on to round 3, and this is our repeat round. We will repeat this third round over and over until we have our border. And there's nothing special different than the previous one. It's just how you crocheted. So let's chain 1, does not count as any stitch. We just want to raise the yarn higher, and now we will make a front post double crochet into the front post below. So yarn over, insert your hook around the front post, and also that chain 1 that you have made at the beginning of the round 2, and make a front post double crochet. Now next we make a back post double crochet. So it's not different than the round 2, except now you are crocheting into the same stitches. So if you have a back post below, you are a front post double crochet below, then you front post double crochet around the post. If below you have a back post double crochet, then you make a back post double crochet, and that will keep the ridges up, and the other side, the other post, back. So again, below we have a front post double crochet, so we make a front post double crochet. Next is a back post double crochet, so we will make a back post double crochet around it, and just keep alternating front post double crochet stitches with back post double crochet stitches until you have reached the end of the round. Nothing else. So I'll be making a few more stitches, and then I will pause the video and I'll meet you at the end of round 3. Just to show you how it looks like. I have finished the third round. This is how it looks like from both sides. You can see now the ridges, the front paws double crochet pushed them forwards, the back paws double crochet push them backwards, and it creates this beautiful rib texture. Now the blanket has 7 rows in total. You will repeat round 3 4 more times, so until you have 7 rounds around your blanket. Of course, you can choose to have more or less. Like I said, I prefer a thicker blanket border. It's all up to you. You can even go beyond 7 rounds until your corners will start to curl in. Then you know you've made too many rounds. So yeah, this is how you crochet the loops and ridges baby blanket. This beautiful fluffy texture with a nice thick texture rib border. And I hope the tutorial was easy to follow. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I will answer them as soon as I see them. And happy crocheting!